EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3.
Taken about 7 yards deep, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
First carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
He's taken down.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. Not much room to run. Just gets it to the 35 after showcasing his tough running. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
At the 37-yard.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
Now back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11. They'll drop to throw. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans! Thomas, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints have taken the early lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. But he's going to take a shot. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 39. A big play there for Minnesota. 47 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
A first down run from Barkley, pretty well defended. Give him 3 yards on the play. For the Vikings and Saints, you might recall they battled in the wild card round a season ago, and it was the guys in purple who came in and pulled off the upset, with Kirk Cousins finding Kyle Rudolph in the end zone in overtime to sew up a 26-20 win. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He's probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
49-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Five yards remain on second down.
Now Saquon Barkley. Past the 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 and up the 15. 34 yards there at a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
Run for Pollard. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
He was brought down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. And this carries into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted. And there he goes. Touchdown, the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that Woody
he would have
Hayes?
kissed it on the ground.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
Taken down.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. They'll set up a throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Barkley. For the same touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10. at their own 22-yard line.
Shake it back! Shake it back!
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Zone touchdown, Minnesota.
This is it.
Irv Smith Jr. as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point splits the uprights. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
Tucker McCann.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken about 7 yards deep.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And his guys have got it back at the closing stop. first half.
First and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their 38. They'll start out on the ground at Saquon Barkley. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. This will make it into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings.
Touchdown, Minnesota.
A big play there. 83 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
For the extra point.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a first and 10. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. You call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Now Pollard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6.
Third down and 6.
On the run, it's Barkley. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. And that's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards as they pick up first down, New Orleans. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they block well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
first down carry for Barkley. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Made back at his own 49.
Second and 12.
Here's Pollard. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
31 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
On the pickup, it's 2nd and 8.
Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Vikings.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
33-yard line.
2nd down and 8.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 12 yards there and a first down.
First down, Minnesota.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down. They go back to the ground with Williams. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 yards there and a first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
To throw now on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
And that third counter there gives them the lead, and it's obvious they've needed everything that he's given them today. The 3 touchdowns, that's impressive, but without him, they're not winning this game.
Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead.
McCann's got it teed up. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Back to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On first down, Pollard. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Sometimes that's a danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Second and 13. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints.
Yes, it was a touchdown. And not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing.
Rohrwasser now for the point after.
And we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
That will tie the game, 28 all. Justin Rohrwasser set to kick off.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
This will make it into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's airing it out for Will. And guy's man complete. 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. 85 yards. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll run with Pollard, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Here's Pollard again. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Again, it's Williams. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14.
Fielded near the back of the end zone.
Oh, it's running over. The ball is loose. And the Vikings pick up the football.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. That one looks like he'll throw here. That's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. 1st down, and it's Pollard again. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards there and a 1st down. They're going to look to throw. There goes tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't